What's this?
Hello, welcome back to the Freak Show. Bumpy McSquigums here. I want to thank you all for joining me as I continue with my Let's Play of the Banner Saga 2. This is episode 4. The last episode we did some training. We managed to not die a horrible, awful death, which was always a good thing. And yeah, we earned quite a bit of renown that we're now going to be able to use to rank up a few of our characters. Gotta say, I'm pretty excited and eager to see exactly who and what and where and why and how we can rank up, but we'll have to wait and see. Alright, so promote. What do you get? You get a second ability. Okay, we'll continue. Troll stones. The mender pulls up stone shards out of the ground to block the paths of enemies. The shards block movement, and the force of their rise deals 1 strength damage to all adjacent tiles. The stones have 10 strength and last for 1 round before sinking back into the earth. That does seem pretty useful. I am not going to lie. I think we're going to probably end up using Ivan for quite a bit. He is pretty lethal for most folks. I also kind of want to go with Rook, too. I feel like Rook could gain quite a bit of oomph if he was, well, if he got his next skill. Let's see what the promotion for this is. The appeal of, oh yeah, we can rally, calls them to pillage. So essentially, there are no more guaranteed turns. Alright. Okay, that seems okay. Alright, well, we'll choose the ability. This is going to be the one that we do. I'm confirming it. Alright, this unit has points available to spend on improving stats and talents. Activate one of the plus buttons above. Alright, we have 2 points available, and we can activate some of these. This one's already maxed out. We can get 1 more shield damage done. We can get 1 more pretty much any kind of damage done. So what I think I'm going to do is 1 to shield, and I'm going to go 1 into our strength, and then we're going to be capped out on those 2, which is nice. So we'll actually have 3 stats that we can no longer raise, so that pretty much means we have 2 more points in this and 1 more point in that we can go. Pretty good stuff overall, I got to say. Alright, let's bracelet. Let's see. Was there any other items that we didn't utilize? No, I don't think so. The Let's bracelet isn't very cool, but I figured he's, you know, the grieving father, so of course he would keep the bracelet. It's not exactly the most of ideal situations, but yeah, you could probably make do. Gunnolf, pretty, a boss and baller dude. Definitely want to get him ranked up a little bit more. Make him more of a bamf, more of a crazy, angry psychopath. Higher stats and talents, increase your item rank. Okay, we'll continue on. 7 renown for him to go up. We're going to go and we're going to chain this and this. So we're going to be able to do a little bit more damage to that. And what this does, it's exertion. So basically the amount of willpower we can use each turn. I have no idea what this is, though. I don't know what these extra weird things are. It's interesting. Oh, you can max the stat, and then you can add other... Oh, that's pretty neat. Okay, so apparently you can do a little bit more, so there's a little bit more diversity in the leveling up. That's nice. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Alright, so we're going to go with that. He'll be able to break armor a little bit more, and he'll be able to do this. I am actually exceptionally tempted just to max him out on strength and hope for the best. Getting him a bit more armor wouldn't be bad either. I mean, there's a lot you can do with Gunnolf. So... And he was one that actually fell in my original playthrough of the first game, so gotta say I'm kind of glad that I don't have my save file because I'm glad that he's back, but at the same time, you know, it's it would have been nice to have been able to continue from where we were. Alright, Nid looks like she's ranked up. I'm probably going to go and promote her as well because she was doing some work but not quite enough. So I would like to promote her as well. And what I would like from her is actually a bit more on the ability to do damage. She's got 7 out of 12. I mean, she can do a lot of willpower, but I think this is going to be the way I want to go. Alright, there we go. We could promote her again. Wow, she's earned 2 promotions. That's pretty neat. Alright, so that being said, let's go. We're out of renown. We can go and buy a few more supplies, I suppose. I don't remember how to do that, though. See, I've already lost my mind. Was it under the rest tent? I don't think so. Nope, that just made us waste some supplies. But we got some more morale out of the whole ordeal. Not that big of a deal. Days of supplies. I guess we had to be at an actual camp in order for that to actually work, but we're not, so it don't work. Alright, training. What else is there? Welcome. Let's have a look at you. We could spar. Spar just basically gives us a fake battle to go through. We already saw the other stuff, so let's advance the story a little bit more, guys and gals. We're going to leave from here. And we're going to see what's next. Westward we go, down the river. Or up the river. I would assume it's down. Alright, you look at all the food freshly placed in the supply carts. What's all this about, you ask Oddleaf? Well, the clansmen are trying to help as much as possible now, she says. Whenever they can, they'll forage for nuts and berries or fish and hunt. Cool. Very good. So it's nice to see the clansmen, or the, we'll say, civilians of the group, are actually throwing their help into the lot. A crowd begins to cheer from one of the longships as a man struggles with his fishing net. As his catch nears the surface, some voice concerns. Okay. You're close enough to make out a large shape and what looks like fur or hair in the net. Fire an arrow into the mass. Keep watching as the man hauls it out. Release your net! Release your net. Everyone hears your clear order, but the man ignores it and continues to pull in the net. An arrow bites into the ship next to the man's arms. Oddleif has another arrow knocked before you look up. Let go, she tells the man, or I will. His hands open, and some look relieved to watch the unknown catch sink below the surface. Good. She may have had to waste an arrow there, but no horrible monster was pulled onto the ship, so we're not going to die. But we're continuing on. Isn't this just a beautiful game, guys and gals? I mean, it really is. It is just astoundingly beautiful. Alright, time on the cramped longships is proving too much for the children. They're climbing ropes, interrupting rowers, and constantly leaning over the sides to touch the water. Some Varl and clansmen look annoyed. Remind everyone that this will soon be over. Say nothing. Keep your kids by your side. We're at war until Oberang. Move families to specific longships. We could try that. Let's do that. You order the longships alongside each other before revealing your plans. Some are shocked and reluctant to follow, while others agree with your decision. The rearrangement takes more time than you expected, but the vessels are soon moving again, and the children only climbing over those with the children of their own. Alright, simple enough. Simple and easy fix. That ship in the back makes me nervous, and you gotta love the ginormous banner, by the way. Alright, we have a normal morale right now. It's not great. We're gonna have to stop and rest soon. A desperate-looking lot of adults and a Varl stand on the shoreline, waving you down. You probably look similar going anywhere with Ivor. Okay. They look hungry, but can they be trusted? Toss supplies to them as you pass, but don't stop. Slow the boats and ask their needs. Ignore them. Slow the boats. The basics, the Varl says. Food, safety, trade routes are empty. Of the 24 humans, half look like they've seen battle. Here's food. You'll have to find safety elsewhere. Come aboard. You'll have food and safety. Alright. Everyone carefully files into a couple of the less burdened ships and starts eating. Clipe. Or Clip? Cleep? The Varl says, which you take as his name and as his appreciation. Alright, morale approved. Clansmen, fighters, 1 Varl. Very nice. That is a lot of people in this particular group. Plus, quite a few giants. Smoke from a village catches everyone's attention, and the longships begin to slow. I doubt these scraps of wood we're floating on can hold many more. Ivor says. You feel the governor's gaze on you, and he slowly shakes his head. We'll help as many as we can. They might resupply us for our trouble. You want me to turn my back on them? It's not that, Ivor says. It's just that if you try for too much, sometimes you're worse off than not trying at all. Well, they might resupply us for our trouble. Ivor cocks an eyebrow. And who will resupply them when they realize the trade routes are blocked by Dredge? You give him a look and wave the ships to shore. When the ships land, you and a few others rush toward the smoke, but the closer you get, the stranger the situation. There's no sounds of battle or people panicking to put out fires. Keep going, Bulwark growls. We'll see what the dead are carrying. The Varl's comments defies tradition, but so do many things about him. Push on to the village to investigate. A barn is the only thing burning. No one is around. Unusual, Oddleif says. Some kind of trick? Feels that way. Let's get back to the ships. Not sure, but let's look for supplies while we're here. Maybe that fire traps someone else. For supplies. The village is stripped of anything useful. Those around you are frustrated by the wasted effort. After a slow trudge back to the others, Ruga stands aboard the ship shaking his head. Some thieving bandits ambushed us and took off in a supply ship while you were on your do-good mission, he says. It'll be even more crowded now. Glad you're at the helm. Can we kill that guy? Because, you know, horrible decisions will be made. I don't mind the horrible decision of murdering him. Also, we have like 1,000 people. How could they possibly have raided anything? We have 210 giants. Really? A large clump of hazelnut trees looks like a good place for clansmen to stretch their legs and gather supplies. Once on land, the children laugh while kicking around leather-wrapped balls of rags. You notice a Varl on the edge of the clearing, silently staring into the woods. Sorry about that, folks. I'm almost better, not 100% yet. He's watching a lone dredge grunt stalk a squirrel. Might be 100 of them in these woods. The Varl's whisper is still loud enough to scare the squirrel and alert the grunt. It looks at you and the Varl before slowly backing up. Get the entire caravan back on the ships, kill it before it alerts other dredge, watch the dredge, track it if possible. Back away, leaving it alone. Kill it before it alerts others. Your arrow wedges in between two plates of stone armor, and the dredge cries out in a strange warble. It runs, eluding your second shot before disappearing in the trees. The Varl, who made no move to chase the dredge, says, "We'd better get everyone to stop looking for food and head back to the boats." He sounds vaguely irritated. Everyone watches the shoreline in silence, but no sign of the dredge force is spotted. Some complain about running from a single dredge, but most just stay quiet and vigilant. Well, that's not good. Well, we're going to have to force camp soon. We're going to try to make it to day 10.
Rock on a vacant island. Aselai's godstone almost looks lonely.
Huh. Let me guess. We just hit in time to lose some morale, so we're now below normal, is what my guess is. Alright, we get to see the caravan on foot. She's even more beautiful than the songs say. Alright, well, I guess we're going up to the Godstone here. I almost don't want to talk because I want to hear the music. It's good. It's different. I like it. Ooh, it shimmered and glue. It's like glowing, but it glued. It gloated. Am I supposed to click on it? Is that... Oh, okay, that's what it's wanting. Alright, the clansmen and Varl are admiring the Godstone when you notice some are missing. It's Bulwark and his ravens. Aleo says that they looked rather upset by my music and all the singing. He shrugs. If they'd rather hang out around the large cart instead of joining us, I won't take it personally, but come closer! Let me introduce you to Asele, the god of streaming waters. She is the curves of every river, a guide for those of us traveling unfamiliar lands. The skald runs a finger over small etchings in the stone. Inscriptions from all those who were lost, but found a way back home with her help. Alright, we'll listen to more of his tale. Some say her stone shows the struggle of leaving the familiar to see what's over the next hill. Aleo looks at the ropes tied around parts of her and smiles. Before the gods died, her stone supposedly stood tall and moved a few steps each year, so people are always trying to make sure that she stays put. Aleo looks to you, grinning. Have you the strength to hold her, or a gift with which to entice her? Pull on one of the stronger ropes. I have no interest in dealing with dead gods. You wrap your hands around one of the larger ropes and begin to pull. It feels pointless as expected, and Asele's godstone doesn't budge. Suddenly, you are joined by Hakan and Ivor, who lend their great strength. Others quickly join until the rope snaps and everyone sprawls into a laughing heap. Sweet. You return to where the clansmen have set up camp and see someone, a woman in torn robes, slip from your tent. She blends in with the other families, and after making sure nothing is amiss in your tent, you let it go. Hey, we gained some Assaili renown. Sweet. The number of clansmen and fighters are shown here. If your caravan is assaulted en masse in a war situation, it is the fighters that protect the clansmen, while your heroes fight a tactical battle. Okay. It is important to keep enough trained fighters available, but keep in mind that fighters consume more supplies than clansmen, and are less effective at foraging. Speak to Sven in the training tent to start training some of your clansmen into battle-ready fighters. Oh, that's cool. That's a new feature. They didn't have that in the first one. Alright, let's go do that. Welcome! Come on in, let's have a look at ye. Alright, the trainer looks, teaching fighting to the young, Sven muses. They won't go back to hunting and foraging for food, you know. Sure you want to go through with this? Well, we need protection. Sven blows out all his air through flapping lips. Now let's get it done. How many you want fighting for you? Can you train 200? 100 new fighters will do fine. 50 should be enough to give us an edge. How about 100? We got enough food and water to last us a day and a half. That's what it'll take for me to break them from running at the first sign of trouble. Well, make it happen. Consider it done. Sven whistles through his missing teeth. Alright. We lost 100 clansmen. We gained 100 fighters. That's a little bit more balanced. That should be okay. I don't know that we want to rest. Can we shop? Is that a thing? No? Well, it looks like we can talk to Hakan, so we'll do that. Or Hakon. The two Varl look deep in conversation, but Ivor catches your eye and waves you over. So, they've all armed themselves and are running from something, but what? Hakon's becoming a Dredge scholar, trying to understand the motivations of our enemy. It's just strange that we've never seen their women fight until recently. Good thing, too. We might have lost the Great Wars. You think about what to say. What happened back then? Juno says there's a darkness coming. Has anyone ever talked to Dredge? What happened back then? Well, a great deal of killing on both sides. Imagine waking up to Dredge attacks every night. Back then, the sun actually set. You'd wake up to a sound and see nothing but glowing eyes all around you. Yngvar probably told you we never got close to pushing them back to the depths they call home. Actually, Ivor has never said anything much about the past. Oh? Ivor says nothing, just holds Hakon's stare. Well, he's probably got more stories than you could hear in your short lifetime. Well, has anyone ever tried to talk to the Dredge? Both Varl look at each other. There are some rumors that some have tried and been killed in the process. A lot of nonsense. Scald tales about the sound of a Dredge's voice making your skin fall off. So there's been no communication with the enemy? Is that normal? Well, we were too busy killing to worry about a fireside chat. Besides, they only ever make warbling sounds. Well, I'd guess if anyone has talked to them, it'd have to be the Valka. But good luck getting them to give you a straight answer. That's true. Well, you know, Juno does say there's a darkness coming. But what Valkas say and mean aren't always the same. They speak in riddles and prophecy. Still, it might explain why the Dredge are everywhere, like someone kicked an anthill. Maybe whatever's coming hit them first. Or maybe it's just a new tactic for a new war. Or tactic, guys. Well, if they learn to crack the ground and call a giant serpent, then we're all dead and just don't know it yet. Well, I guess I'll leave you two figuring out the big issues. You know the clansmen have been talking about us killing women and children, Dredge or not. It's not sitting well with everyone, which is probably the way it should be. I'd say if it's us or them, we make sure we're still standing. I'm bothered more by your decision to destroy Einar Toft's bridge. Let it go, Hakon. It was the best decision at the time. To collapse the bridge that cost thousands of Varl lives to build? If it weren't for your damn horns, Yngvar, I'd swear you were an overgrown human. The two giants begin trading insults, and you step away, letting them vent. Alright. The overgrown human, huh? I like it. I like it a lot. I guess we'll rest. There we go. We got our morale back up. Great caravan morale causes +2 willpower bonus in battle. Your great leadership is allowed for ample supplies and caravan rest. Woohoo! We only have 6 days of supplies left, though. We really need to find some more. Alright, let's get the heck out of here before we all die. Alright, we're going to leave. If we get into a battle soon, we'll fight it, like, real soon. If not, we're probably going to break out the episode before the next battle. Hopefully you guys are okay with that. This is all about the journey, the experience, the story. The battles are great, but you can't always fight them every single episode. Alright, shouts from another of the rear longships grabs everyone's attention. The quick construction is proving faulty and the ship is taking on water fast. With Dredge on the bank and all other ships almost at capacity, you consider your options. Of course I do. Bank the longship for repairs. Have the clansmen board other ships. Dump supplies to make room on other longships. Ask shipwrights for advice. Let's ask for advice. Hell, we'll need her out of the water, says one. Nonsense, just plug the holes with some cloth and tar for now, says another. As they argue, clansmen begin jumping from the sinking vessel, grabbing for ropes and extended oars. Most make it aboard other ships, but not all. Oh, that sucks. A cool breeze across the water works its way into your cloak. You shift to block the wind and feel something press into your hip. You feel around and find an item in your pack, but you do not remember obtaining it. Sweet. A Sally's trail. Or trial. I don't know. I didn't get to read exactly what it was. The air, there's something's changing. Well, something's about to happen, guys and gals, and chances are we'll break out the episode and we'll see what it is in the very next one. The sheer cliffs and boulder-strewn waters of the southern bank dictate the longship's course. The droning sounds of the dredge accent their quicker pace as they follow your ships along the northern bank. Dust and mist make it hard to see ahead. A hissing, rumbling noise grows all around. "Waterfall!" shouts a sharp-eyed Nid from the bow of her longship. Oars instantly reverse and you nearly lose your balance. Oh my. Ooh. Oh my god, that is not good. We should stop before we fall off the edge. The roar of the approaching waterfall clouds your thoughts. All clansmen you picked up keep the ships from being nimble, but only 2 fall to the power of the overwhelming current. Still, the screams of the families, fighters, and Varl are difficult to move past. Remaining ships' rowers pull hard, heading for the dredge-lined northern bank. In their haste, the vessels smash against sharp split rocks as they push toward the shore. Some fighters are thrown from the boats, sinking in the mud under the weight of their armor. The longships are too spread out to command a unified landing. Amid the chaos, you look to those nearby. Grizz, a stout Varl warrior, and a few others like him, look ready to rush the dredge. Bulwark and his company are close to you, hauling their sealed cart off the ship. You consider your options. Cover the battlefield with arrows, Oddleif. We could use some help from the Ravens. Grizz, make an opening in their ranks. Charge! Oh dear. Let's see if we can get the Ravens to help out. For you, the Varl shouts, you're not renowned enough for the Ravens to risk our defensive position. Folka shrugs her agreement and readies herself in a Raven shield wall. Frustrated, you scramble to establish an assault. Alright, folks. This is where I'm going to break off the episode. In the next episode, we'll start with a battle, and hopefully we'll survive. I really wanted to go with Oddleif firing arrows, but I think we would have ended up without her in this. It was probably a better play to have Grizz charge in, but he might have died. I don't know. I don't know what the best play or the right answer or the best option was. But either way, folks, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you guys had some fun, and I'll see you in just a bit with the next episode of the Banner Saga 2. Until then, my name's Bumpy McSquigums. Thank you for stopping by the Freak Show, and I will see you later.